What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first game of a 5-game series here between Titans Luke and HOS Nidintu against the Greek clan. Here we got Dio and Cleo, and this was the finals of the 2v2 31k tournament, the Eclipse tournament. I think it was hosted by the Coglia. I'm here with Luke.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And yeah, we're gonna go through this series. So we can. I don't know why we tripled there, but we can go through the armies first. You want to go through your team's armies?
Sure. I've got, I believe, 11 Spartans and 9 archers, Cretan archers, and we also had 14 urbans and 6 cavalry.
Cool. And then for it looks like Cleo's playing Macedon here. He has 3 cav, 3, 7, 11 spikes, so that means he'll have 6 archers probably. 1, 2, 3, yep. And then looks like 2, 12, and 6 for Dio with Rome. Yeah, so do you want to talk about the context of the finals, anything like that?
Yeah, we had, we don't like them. We still don't like them. They owe us games. They said they were going to play us in best of 11. I'll say that it's not completely their fault that those games haven't occurred. There hasn't been a lot of activity by any side except for me and Cleo, lately at least. But yeah, a lot of bad blood. We don't like them. Yeah.
And so the way the factions were picked was what in this? So how did you guys end up with Greece and Rome here?
Well, geez. I think I do believe that you could pick a faction once every 2 games, unless it was Rome, which you could pick twice every 2 games. And so we could go double Rome, but then we would have no Romes for the next game. So we decided to go Rome and Greece when we had first pick, and we would go Rome and Macedon when we had second pick. And they did the same thing.
Yeah, so we're going to see these factions just alternating, so they'll get Greece in the next game, and you guys will have Macedon. That's pretty much how it's going to go. So you guys are spreading out here, it looks like. I guess we can just triple a bit here until the main starts.
The main thing here was I was trying to spread out as much as possible to avoid losing the archer war, because we do have slightly superior archery in this game. And additionally, we couldn't spread out too much because they have numerical cavalry advantage. So I had some Spartan hoplites out on the flanks to assist in any cavalry engagements that could happen on the wings.
Yep, and now it looks like Dio is going to push forward here, and it looks like Cleo has split up his pikes a bit on the flank. He is coming back towards the center now.
Want to go normal?
Yeah, we can go normal here.
So yeah, our plan was to make a shift whenever they would come in with urbans and tight formation like that, because they'll try to testudo, but if we move, it'll sort of throw a wrench in their plan to avoid getting piloed by testudoing, because we can take flank position and they'll have to untestudo in order to not get overlapped.
Yep, and the archer war is going on. I think you guys have 1 extra archer, so you guys, since everything isn't completely loose formation, you guys should have the advantage there. And that's obviously good, because once you win the archer war, Macedon will be a pretty big target for archers later in the game, and cav as well.
Absolutely. Right now, Dio is just pushing in. Again, we kind of expected this. We're ready for this.
And here's the shift, pretty much.
They really like to just absorb your pila and testudo, and then have you charge them and wear out your stamina. But we're not going to let them go ahead with that plan. I sort of put my Spartans a bit too far forward in this case. Here's another shift. And now that we have urbans closer to Cleo's pikemen than Diomidis' urbans, what we're going to do is engage that flank, the left flank. I'm going to come in with some Spartans. We're not going to send in the urbans right away, because that might deter Cleo from accepting that engagement. But you're going to see in a second that I'm going to attack those Spartans on the left. I mean, those Royals on the left with my Spartans.
Yep, and obviously the Spartans will fare pretty well against the Royals and start these kind of low number engagements. And obviously Nid has his Urbans pretty close in support, and that'll definitely help. And you can see that it's gonna be hard for Dio to get over there without getting peeled pretty much.
Exactly.
While Nid can just run back here.
The advantage that we have is we can freeze their urban units in place. So here, my initial Spartan units are probably not going to do all that well. They're pretty low defense, so they kind of struggle against Royals in certain engagements. But the main idea is just to pin them there, and then we can send more reinforcements than they can, which we're doing.
Yep. And you can see if Dio's obviously going to try to help here, but he can't really get out of that Testudo without getting massively peeled. And you can see Nid is on top of that there, forcing him to go back into Testudo, and obviously now all these Urbans are over here.
Yes, so we now have more urban support on that flank, and those Royals will die in isolated combat against Urbans very quickly.
And these Spartans are going to screen these Cav off pretty effectively. I mean, obviously they do have 3 extra Cav, 6 Praetorians and these extra 3 Companions against just 6 Cav from Nidintu, but these Spartans will be a great deterrent for Cav, so not going to be easy to get those easy charges on the Urbans early in the game at least.
Right. We're much more technical with cavalry anyway, so we're not afraid of having to countercharge greater numbers of cavalry because we will out technique them. And also Dio's being incredibly passive with his cavalry. And since they're kind of disjointed right now, we're just going to pull back on that flank and attack the center of Diomidis, which is a bit exposed.
Yep, Nidintu comes for a charge there, it looks like.
And I'm coming in with some Spartans, and those Spartans will prevent any countercharges from happening. So we've just sniped some Urbans. In general, there's a lack of Macedonian pikes in the center now, and now I can rush in with my Spartan units, and we'll be able to charge them unopposed.
And you can see when the countercharge try to come in, you will have Spartans in support, so it's really going to be hard for Dio to come in with charges, and obviously the more Urbans you can pick off, it's going to be very easy in the endgame with more infantry.
So now we have a really beautiful slice coming in, and there's nothing stopping that. And more of my Spartans are coming in, and they're impaling Dio's horsemen right now. So at the moment we are massacring them in the center. It's kind of up to Cleo now to try and make a stand with his pikemen. But at the moment the game is really looking dismal for them.
Yep, over here, I mean, these pikemen are going to be isolated soon as these Urbans can wrap around the flank, and he does have a center here, but again, also being overwhelmed, so this is really bad, and it's falling apart pretty quickly.
Yes, there's really nowhere where they're being able to hold successfully. They will try and pick off flanking Urbans with their cavalry now, but it's way too little, way too late at this point. And I'm going to sort of reorganize my Spartans and then commit to engagements on these Royals. Looks like they're going to pick off one Urban, but that's not going to be very important.
Yep. And now that your Spartans are here, Cav will become again pretty inefficient. And now the Cav balance is pretty good. Nidintu has held on to a lot of his Cav, while looks like Dio lost a lot of Cav in that engagement when you pulled up your Spartans there. So it's not really a huge deal, especially with the Spartans in support. It would be tough for the Roman Cav to do anything here.
Yeah, Cleo's done mostly a decent job reforming his pikes. I'll give him that, but the thing is they're not able to do that much damage from where they're positioned, even though they're relatively safe for now. So we're just going to win the areas in which there is combat at the moment. This one Spartan is a bit isolated. I don't know how it got so far ahead of everybody else. That wasn't really an intentional screen, I don't believe.
Yeah, but eventually these pikes will fall. I mean, there's just not enough numbers here. And there are so many Spartans and most of the Nidintu's Urbans as well.
Yeah, we have quite a few reserve units. And my Spartan that went ahead is actually getting into those cavalry units somehow.
And yeah, now it looks like Nid's going to try to flank here. He has his Cav coming around and some Spartans in support, so that's going to be wrapping up these pikes on this flank.
Yeah. So right now it's sort of just a matter of time. we could probably double speed on it.
Yeah.
Not all that interesting. We're just continuing to be opportunistic. We probably could have finished this game faster, but they did do a fairly good job surviving after that early onslaught.
But the Spartans are pushing through here, and that should pretty much signal the end, because they'll be able to just push through this entire line, and even the Urbans are going to break through too.
Right. And so even the Cav advantage is pretty much nullified for them. They're not able to get any rear charges because they're too slick. And the Spartans are just mowing everything now.
Yeah, and everything is breaking, so that should signal the end of the game here.
Finally.
Yeah.
The enemy general is slain, and now his men fear us. It is time to press the attack.
Find some final cav battles here, but obviously not really relevant because there's just so much infantry left on the field. Surrounding and finally they will admit defeat. So yeah, game one goes to Luke and Nid, obviously. But there are more games coming. So we'll see you guys in the next one.
Yes.
Peace.